What's going on, everybody? This is Rich from Gaming on a Budget, the channel that reviews free or cheap games with the hopes of recommending you some dope shit. So today I got the first game review for season 2, and for y'all, the game that we'll be looking at is called Splitgate. So I actually heard about this game last year from the channel Game Ranks. Pretty dope gaming channel if you haven't heard of it. But back then it was only for PC. So when I tried to play it on my computer, because of how outdated my graphics card was, it didn't work out. However, Splitgate recently made some changes, and now I'm able to play it on my console. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the game. So the genre of the game is an online FPS, developed and published by 1047 Games. Release date, May 2019, early release. Platforms you can now play this on include Windows, Linux, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Series X and S. And the most important question on this channel, even in Season 2, is it cross-platform compatible? Hell yeah, it is. So let's talk about the gameplay, which can be summed up in 3 easy words. Halo meets Portal. Y'all know what Halo means to me, as it's one of my favorite games of all time, but also if you have ever played Portal, which is another great game by the way, and you're familiar with how it plays, you know that basically you shoot portals around to solve puzzles. So the fact this game is considered to be the fusion of both of these games really piqued my interest. Also, reading about how the game was made was pretty dope too. So originally the game was just a school project for these dudes studying computer science. Being a computer science major myself, I totally geeked out. But enough with that. So no shock that this game was very attractive to me, and I knew I had to play it for myself. So after getting a feel for the game, here are some of my key takeaways. So let's talk about the visuals. So visually the game is not bad, and it's actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, compared to some of the other modern FPS games, they may look a little dated, but for what it is, it's not bad. One thing to note is the game is basically like a tribute to Halo. So visually there are some inspirations that you'll definitely notice. So for instance, how the players look initially, same idea with the space suit, but I'm not gonna lie, you kind of look like you're playing laser tag or something compared to like the OG Halo suits, but that's cool. However, you're able to buy much cooler looking suits and accessories later if you want through in-game currency and stuff. The arenas are also pretty nice, a bunch to play on that no doubt look like some of the OG Halo stages. One major difference is the emphasis of walls and other objects to make portals due to the gameplay of Splitgate. Overall, visually the game is not bad, and I bet it will improve over time. So let's talk about the mechanics. So mechanics wise, I think the gist of it can be explained when I say it literally is a mix of Halo and Portal. However, I'm going to actually explain what that means for clarification. So let's talk about the shooting. So the shooting in the game is really great, very nice feel, and I have nothing but good to say about it. Also, aiming felt really easy in the game. In some games, aiming can be a little off, but it was almost too easy in this game. Also on the topic, there's a nice selection of guns to choose from, which is no shock, right? You have battle rifles, shotguns, SMGs, pistols, so on and so forth, as well as grenades and things of that nature. So let's talk about the movement. So the movement of the game is basically standard stuff from Halo 2 or 3. However, in Splitgate, you can also sprint as well as use a jetpack, which are mechanics based from the newer Halos. By the way, from what I can tell, you can pretty much sprint forever, but your jetpack, to no surprise, can't be spammed. So just keep that in mind. So the thing that separates this game from the other FPS games out there is the fact that you can make portals. So just like the game Portal, you can make portals to travel from one place to another. So how it works is you shoot your first portal, or your door portal, with one button, and then you shoot the exit portal somewhere else. You walk through the front door, and you're able to come out the other side. So to be honest, I didn't think this would be so easy to implement, but damn does it work well in this game. I mean, the mechanic alone adds so much possibilities. I mean, being able to go across the map faster, sneaking up on enemies from behind. And if you're getting rushed, of course, give me a quick exit. Also, you can travel through enemy portals as well. They show up as red opposed to your orange or blue portal. Overall, the mechanics for this game is a mixture of old and new, making for some pretty interesting gameplay. Alright, so let's talk about the game modes. So let's get into how you can play Splitgate. So there are several game modes that fall into casual and ranked. Ranked is locked away until you reach the level 15, by the way, so you can keep that in mind. The game modes are going to be real familiar to you if you played Halo, like I did. So of course you have the classic Team Deathmatch, but do you guys remember the more nutty games like Oddball and King of the Hill? So Splitgate actually has some of those as well. So one of the games I think is called VIP, where basically one player from each team is made like the target, and you have to kill that person to get points. Before and after matches, players can vote for the next arena they want to play. Also, you can adjust matchmaking settings to only put the game modes you want. So for instance, if you're just interested in TDM or Team Deathmatch, then you can just only matchmake for those. Along these game modes, you even have an announcer like in Halo. So when you kill a bunch of people, he'll say something like collectionaire or some shit like that. And that shit just, I don't know, it just made me laugh. This kind of stuff definitely made me smile, and it's just a great thing that they added in the game. Alright, so you guys know what time it is. Let's talk about the highlights. So I have to say, one of the biggest highlights for the game for me is the mechanics, especially the shooting. I've played many shooting games while making reviews for this channel, and this game is by far one of the most comfortable I can say. Maybe it's because I'm conditioned by other games, or maybe I'm able to get back into my muscle memory from Halo, but it just felt great. Without question, portals are another highlight. This changes how to play the game completely and makes things so much more interesting. I mean, just an FPS alone would have just been fine, but it adds something on top that just takes it to another level. And what I really like is that this game doesn't force you to use portals. If you're newer, or you're not used to the mechanic or don't want to use it, you don't have to. You can play as a normal FPS and be fine. I think that's something that's super notable that you have to bring up, because sometimes mechanics in games are introduced and you kind of have to adjust yourself to play with those mechanics. But in this game, portals are simply an option. I mean, it obviously expands your gameplay and expands your capabilities, but if you don't want to use portals, you don't have to. In fact, initially playing my first rounds, I actually forgot I had portals because I was so into the shooting and grenades and all that other stuff. So really cool of that. Final thoughts, Splitgate is a great fucking game. Like, I can't lie, no joke. I'm so happy that it finally came to console, because otherwise I would be missing out. Halo was such a defining game for me growing up as a gamer. I'm not gonna lie, the newer iterations kind of made me fall out of love with it, particularly Halo Reach. And I've played both Portals and I've had a blast doing so. Very good games. Splitgate is literally like the perfect harmony of those two games put together, and I believe it really captures what the older Halos like Halo 2 and Halo 3 were about as far as feel, and they just did a great job. So as far as rating, I gotta say, so far Splitgate gets a 9 out of 10 for me. This is just a solid game. It's such a great introduction, it being the first review of season 2, and I just hope it sets the tone for me to play more games. But shout out to 1047 Games. This game right here is definitely a great, and I'm sure it won't be long before it becomes legendary. Had to throw in one more Halo reference to anyone that caught that, but okay, cool. But as always, I want to hear what you guys think. Have you played Splitgate? Are you gonna give it a chance maybe? Are you fans of the older Halos or the newer Halos, or did you ever play Portal? Are you a fan of those? What do you think about making portals in an FPS game? Kind of nutty, right? I want to hear everything you got. Let me know everything you got in the comments. So if you like this video, go ahead and drop a like. And if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe. Videos on a weekly basis, including game reviews, including streamers you should follow, which I'm finally got a streamer. I'll reveal it soon. And just other content for the channel. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming through and checking out this video. Again, the first game review of season 2, the first of many. Also, please let me know what games you want me to play. I really do pay attention. Last season, a bunch of games were recommended by people, and if you have any games you think I should play, let me know. Put them in the comments as well. But anyways, thank you guys for checking this out. This is Rich from Gaming on a Budget, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.